Hi guys, I'm back, and today I'm doing a life update video basically to explain why I haven't been on YouTube for about 2.5 months. And you've got to be prepared for the fact that I might cry, because quite a few things have changed in the last 2 months, and let's just go with it. If you watched my Why I Became a Stem Cell Donor video, you would know that my dad was seriously ill. And in that video I said if it weren't for the transplant he wouldn't be here today. He's no longer with us. Ever since the transplant, I was my daddy's carer. Everyone said, "Oh, you're amazing, you're doing all this." Like, I never understood why. Everything you do is made from two choices in life. One is love, one is fear. All the way through, I did what I did. I looked after my daddy, I cared for him, I dressed him, I fed him, I made sure he had his pills. I physically washed him a few times because he physically couldn't. He lost so much weight that he struggled to move. He was in bed for days. I did all that out of love. It wasn't, "Oh, you do what you gotta do." I did everything because I loved him so much. If I'm being completely honest here, Daddy was the only man I've ever loved and trusted. Only man, and I'm 18 years old. So, my daddy had leukemia, which is a type of blood cancer. And it was getting better, but the hospital he was being treated at did not fully explain the things that would happen after the transplant. And if you have come here because of tags, because of stem cell transplant, then I'm going to tell you a few things. A stem cell transplant is 10 times more dangerous than having a heart transplant. Whenever you say you have a heart transplant, I was like, "Oh, sit down. If you say you have a stem cell transplant, no one cares." Because it used to be called a bone marrow transplant. But when you say that, everyone assumes that you're taking things from yourself and stabbing other person's cells into your body, and that is not the case. Because I had a lot of people ask me about this when I discussed about daddy's transplant. What actually happens is the cells are taken out of somebody else, taken out the donor, who is the best match for you and who is available. And those cells are put into your body. You are in the room by yourself, and there's no one else allowed in the room with you. You're in a double-doored room. And this is a common side effect. Like, straight after, my daddy got this too. As soon as the transplant was inside of him, he sat up and he threw up everywhere, and that is common. Just the same as the transplant smells like sweet corn. So whoever is having the transplant will smell like sweet corn for about 2 months. Which didn't bother me because I like to smell sweet corn. But yeah. And a lot of things changed with his general mood. His traits changed. He became more grouchy. He was swearing a lot more. He just changed. If you've been through this before, you'll understand what I mean. But what actually happens, your blood group changes. And our local hospital wasn't aware of that, because in the beginning, when my daddy first got ill 5 years ago, he went to our local hospital and they didn't treat the cancer of which he developed. So they sent him to a specialised hospital. So, because of that, when he had to go to A&E before, to our local hospital, they were so confused. They were saying that they think they'd been hacked because his blood type had been changed in the system, and they were so confused. And one of the consultants turned around to my dad and asked why it had changed and things like that. And then he explained everything about the transplant, how you basically turn into the donor, because you do. You basically turn into the donor. And then this woman's writing everything down, saying, oh, this is good, this is good. And she rang up the hospital in which Daddy was being treated at and talked to people in the blood room and asking if this was right, getting information from them, because she was really interested. And Daddy had lost so much weight. So much weight. He was in a lot of pain. He wasn't eating. A lot of things change when you have a transplant. They say, this is what they said after you'd already had the transplant. They said, you'll get back to normal after a year. If you're fine in the year, then you can make it to the 10 years. Post-transplant, when they were trying to make Daddy to make the decision, they said you can either live for 2 months or you can get 10 years out of this transplant. It didn't even make it the year. He had the transplant in late September. It's August. He died in June. Last time I filmed a video and I uploaded it, I was getting ready to finish college and get everything sorted. I haven't even finished college yet because of how things have changed. Daddy was deteriorating. He was helping me with my assignments and I was sat with him and he was shouting, he was in pain, so I went downstairs and I looked. He'd been laid on settee, sleeping downstairs, hadn't changed, hadn't eaten. He'd lost so much weight, it was awful. And when I said that you do everything out of love or fear, great thunder, when you do everything out of love and fear, that last week I did it in fear. I saw all the symptoms, I knew he was dying, but Daddy wanted to die at home. So I left it. On Tuesday, the 13th of June, I went downstairs and I was looking after Daddy. He was supposed to go to the hospital which he was normally being treated at because it was a Tuesday. And he always went to clinic on Tuesday. And sorry, it's difficult. And I went downstairs and I was talking to him and I helped him to the toilet like I normally did. But that day, things were different. His face was kind of slouching. He was different, he wasn't moving properly. He wasn't talking properly, he was so confused. When I'd help him to the toilet, I'd just help him to the door because he physically couldn't walk. And then he'd go in because we have a downstairs toilet and he spent the majority of the time in the living room. So I'd just help him. I'd just let him through, but then I'd wait by the door to help him back to the living room. On that day, no. I had to physically sit him down. And I was terrified because I knew what was coming. He got back to the stairs and he just sat on the stairs. The stairs were closer to the living room. He said he couldn't make it to the living room, even with me helping. He sat there and he said, I can't breathe properly, I want an ambulance. I called an ambulance, the paramedics came, they had no idea what was going on, they didn't know, they just rushed us up to hospital. And we had numerous people talking, doing tests on Daddy, and basically one of the consultants from critical care came down to see Daddy in A&E and said, by the looks of it, you've only got a few hours left. If we could put you in a coma and treat you when everything was better, then we would. But even thinking about that, there's no guarantee you're going to wake up. And when they were giving Daddy an x-ray, one of the consultants, a trainee doctor, and the nurse who was treating Daddy took me away and asked me about Daddy. Daddy was a proper man's man, and he was so stubborn that he wouldn't tell anybody how he was really feeling. He was in a lot of pain and I knew that. But he's always like, oh no, soldier on, I'm fine. A typical man. Never mind all the man flu, stupid shit. Because Daddy wasn't like that. So I told him everything. I told him everything we'd gone through, all this extra stuff. I was told to contact my siblings because it didn't look like Daddy was going to make it through the night. I went through a lot of shit. And I can't even explain this bit because you don't really know all the extra stuff that's happened. You'll know in the future, I can guarantee that, but I do not want to tell you right now because this is all about Daddy. And I got in contact, my siblings came, we were taken to critical care. Not long after, a Macmillan nurse came, even though Macmillan never gave a shit. This isn't a thing against the charity or against the nurses, I completely understand that. But when Daddy first got ill, Macmillan came up to us and said, do you want us to put your daughter into care? He said no, they left. When he got ill again when I was 17, he said, do you want us to put your daughter into care? I said no, they left. Last time we had a Macmillan nurse was the day before he died. And she said, oh well, I'll come back and see you tomorrow. She came back to see us tomorrow, about an hour after he died, whilst we were still sat there. Basically, he was put into critical care. After all the liquids and medicines they put into him, he was fine. He seemed different. He was back to normal. I thought it's going to get better. He always got better. He'd been in critical care before. We were told he wasn't going to make it through the night. We've got to get there as soon as possible. And he was fine. He got better. My brothers stayed. I went home. Last thing I said with the conscious Daddy was, I love you, Daddy. And I kissed his forehead like I usually did. And he went, yeah. My brothers stayed. One of them left at midnight. The other one left about 6 o'clock in the morning. By the time we got home, I got a phone call saying we've got to get there as soon as we can. So I rang my brother, my sister and the other brother. We got there as soon as we could. I walked in, a nurse pushed us aside and said, let me go and check if he's ready for visitors. I could hear him screaming out in agony. I did not give a shit if he was ready for visitors. It could have been sprawled out naked on the fucking floor. He's my daddy and I wanted to see him. She pushed us and then I just thought, you know what, it's not worth it. She's treating Daddy. She could be doing anything. And I carried on walking and then went straight into the room because he's my daddy. So many things hold me from that day. He grabbed myself and my sister and said, take me home. I want to go home. We couldn't take him home. Even if he died in the car, if he died in the driveway, he would have been home. But no, we couldn't even get that. When all my siblings came, the consultant asked us to go into a separate room and we could talk to her about what was going on. I looked at her and I said, I don't want to leave him. There was a camera facing him, so they had the monitors looking, and I still don't want to leave him. She said she'd wait for the nurse. And then the nurse ended up coming with us. She asked what we thought was going on. I said, judging by the dialysis machine, he's going for kidney failure and liver failure. And she said, that's exactly right. Due to the infections, he's going for multiple organ failure, which he did. Every time Daddy got a Hitman lamp put in, it got infected. It got a new one put in so we could have ECP treatment, which is this new treatment that takes your blood out, radiates it, takes it out, puts it back in, and all that stuff. It's supposed to be amazing, it's supposed to be better, it's supposed to treat him. There was this new wire, this new line that they put into him. It was thicker. Within 12 hours, it was infected. His liver became infected. His heart became infected. They put him on antibiotics. But because he was allergic to penicillin, couldn't treat him properly. Couldn't do anything for his heart. So we sat with him, we shared stories, we played his favourite music. Did everything we could. And then he died. My sister came up to him and said, "No, you can't leave, you can't die, no, no, no." And the small monitor, because they'd already turned the big monitor off, said that his heart went up to 34. I screamed my sister's name. And then she said, "Daddy, we're screaming, Daddy, we're screaming, Daddy." And then he was gone. And Daddy's a medical marvel. Because he wasn't supposed to make it even 5 years. We paid extra for Daddy to come home. Because that's what he wanted. So the day before his funeral, Daddy came home. So Daddy died from an infection. It's immunosuppression because of the amount of pills he was on. And multiple organ failure. He came home. And we've always had a thing about ghosts. I don't know whether I should leave this for another video, but I'm going to say it anyway. My daddy and I both believe in ghosts, and we always spoke about ghosts. And there's this one ghost in our house that it's a man. And every time it'd go past and see Daddy, it'd look directly at Daddy and then run. And Daddy had this logic that he was already dead, and he was that ghost looking back at him. And because he can see himself, he runs. Because he's scared. Which I completely understand. But every time we spoke about ghosts, which was quite often, a ghost would appear. And it happened a lot. And the day Daddy died, I asked God for a sign that Daddy was okay. And then the kettle started boiling by itself. We left it on by the wall and it'd be clicked. But there's tremendous force to turn on that kettle. And it clicked and it would boil, just like Daddy would do. The door opened by itself. Because my sister shouted me, and then I stood there ignoring her, and the door went wide open. There was no one there. Just the same as if I was ignoring Daddy, and Daddy would open the door and say, "Oi, get your ass in here." Just the same. On the day of Daddy's funeral, about 13 hours after he'd come home, I woke up at 5 AM and I saw that figure that Daddy said was him in the doorway. And I thought, oh, okay, because I'm used to seeing it. And then an orb flew past my door. And I thought, okay, that's a bit strange. And then an orb flew around my bedroom. I freaked out. I was so close to having a panic attack in my bed. First thing I did, I messaged one of my friends. I'm like, "Help me, calm me down, please, calm me down." I was absolutely terrified. I saw that ghost. It was stood behind my sister and her children. I pointed at it and I said, "Daddykins," and he ran away. It's awful. I really hate it when people say, oh, well, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? You didn't kill him. My condolences, I understand that. My sympathies, I understand that. But I don't need sympathy. Yes, I'm 18 and I've just lost my dad. And no, I don't have a mother. So if I was 17, I'd be an orphan. But as you can probably see, this video isn't just about Daddy. My daddy died 2 months ago. A few weeks ago, a puppy died. I say puppy, she's 12. She was my dad's doggy. She wasn't very well. We had to put her down. Rottweilers are only supposed to live for 8 years, according to the Rottweiler shelter. She lived for 12. Daddy always comes to me in my dreams. The day before we put her down, he asked if she was okay. And I said she doesn't look good. And he said that she's older than him, and he was laughing. When I went to go and put it down, I went with my brother. The vet came in and asked if I'd done this before. And I was like, I watched my dad die in front of me 2 months ago. And she said, oh, well, this is different. Yeah, you're damn right, it's different. But she wasn't my doggy. She was Daddy's doggy. So her name tag has gone into his headstone. A little part in his headstone. And her ashes are being scattered on his grave. I'm being buried with my daddy. On the day of Daddy's funeral, everyone else, every other funeral, you see people are wearing black. I did not like that. I did not like children in black. Daddy didn't like children in black. I don't like people wearing black to funerals. Daddy wasn't even wearing black. Daddy was wearing blue. So me and my sister wore, well, I wore this afterwards, blue dresses. And my nieces wore bright pink dresses. My neighbour wore a bright pink top. And it was lovely. What I actually wore for his funeral, blue dresses for the after party thing, and for the burial, for his actual church service, I wore for his actual church service, I wore a wedding dress. Ever since I was a little girl, I wanted my daddy to walk me down the aisle and give me away. Because Daddy died, that wasn't possible. So I bought a wedding dress, which I absolutely adore, and I carried Daddy's coffin into the church. So Daddy walked me down the aisle, like he should have been. So, in a nutshell, in this video, in the space of 2 months, the reason I've not been filming, my dad died, my dog died, I haven't even finished college yet. Life is absolutely fucking awful, and if someone's out there watching this video actually thinking I'm capable of lying about shit like this, please just leave, because I know I'm gonna get some shit like that at some point, because I will not lie about this. I've never lied to you guys. I've never ever lied to you guys, and I would not start with something like this. This is doing a life update. Yes, I am blonde now. No, I'm not staying blonde. I'm going to go back to brunette at some point. Because of 2 weeks, my roots have already come through. Because my hair always grows quicker after I've dyed it. And for those of you that actually know, I don't know, I'm going to tell you anyway. So I dye my hair quite often. I dye my hair when things happen, when there's serious life changes. First time my daddy got ill, I went ginger. Then he got better and I got sick of ginger, so I dyed purple. Something happened related to my sister and I went green. Daddy died and I went blonde. Just like in films, TV shows, documentaries, when something traumatic happens to a character, they cut their hair. My hair was already cut. I always dye my hair when something bad happens. So yeah. A lot of things have changed. And I don't even know how to send this video off, because I usually say if you like this video give it a thumbs up, but that's usually when I like filming the video. Sometimes I don't even know what to say. Okay guys, well, thank you for watching, and now you understand why I've not been here, but I will be back. I just wanted to make this video to explain what's going on and to apologise that I've not been here. But thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a great day. Anyways.